want them to go overseas because, I mean, it's part of our culture. Obviously, you want to share it, you know, you don't just want to receive things from overseas. Oh, this is what your culture is like. Oh, I know what America's like, obviously, through all the films. I know, kind of, I suppose. Not exactly, but kind of what America wants to show the world, what they're like, correct? But Singapore wants to show the world as well what we're like, not just an economic powerhouse, not just about financial prosperity.
We are real people with real stories, because there's a lot of articles going around about Singaporeans being robots, which is not true. Look at us. I think that we only have the arts to export to overseas because, you know, we don't have raw materials. We don't have resources. We're scarce on land. We don't have coconuts, real coconuts and stuff. The only thing we have are stories.
So what all that we can share is our image, our stories, and which is what I think our National Arts Council is doing their best. Could be better, but doing their best at allowing the shows that have been created here to go abroad. So, very quick example, I mentioned about Boom. Boom was picked up by a UK theatre company in 2009, I believe. And they invited Jean Tay, to sit in the process, and even that Singaporean story is relatable to the audience members in UK. I mean, there's so many shows that have gone abroad. I mean, let's go to screen now. Let's go to film.
The Apprentice.
Apprentice, exactly.
Ilo Ilo.
Yeah, Ilo Ilo. Both great films. So they have gone places and won awards and are still continuing their legacy, so to speak, and people are beginning to know who Singapore is. So basically, I think
Slowly
all the creators in Singapore are constantly trying to put the Singapore identity on stage or on screen for the world to see.
Since it has traveled, hopefully what it brings is that it opens more doors for everybody else, myself included. Yeah, so to get more work and to be able to continue doing what I love to do.
When a Singaporean work travels, the faith in our local industry grows. People become more confident of our filmmakers. They are more confident of our actors, of our sound guys. It all plays a part. Our reputation will increase, and I would feel very, very proud, and I at the same time I feel very privileged to represent Singapore on the world stage.
If it's not just me as an actor, I think as a local production, to tell a local story and to be able to tell this story abroad is better than anything else. I mean, the fact that we have something to show the world. We have lots of stories in Singapore. For instance, our one-room flats. The stories of people in the one-room flats, those aunties who push those cardboard boxes. These are all very unique things in Singapore, and we have so many stories to tell. And the fact that these things can go abroad and tell people our stories in Singapore will be immensely proud moment, I think, for me, for us, for the country as a whole.
I would like to have more of our independent films be sent to several film festivals across the world and win many different awards, and that would automatically garner a lot of attention to Singapore, to Singaporean people, to life in Singapore and to the arts in Singapore. So it's a win in many ways, and it is going to benefit the future generations of artists, because I think we deserve it. I think it's about time. Like Gerald mentioned, we've come a long way and we've worked really hard to get to this point. So right now the only thing that's left is just for us to dare to make our stories and to just send them across all over the world as much as we can. And I believe we can win.
We have done it already. Nursery Stage has brought Best Of to Australia and to New York. So I think we have done it already.
So how would you feel then if you were involved or acting in a film that was made in Singapore about a Singapore story that traveled to different festivals, different parts of the world?
I think that'd be great. And that's the problem, that I feel that it's great. Because for some reason, as a person, I feel that the film is better because it's traveled. Yeah, so that's the problem. That's the problem with me as a person. But then again, like for the film itself and for my career, that's what I need. I need the film that I make in Singapore to go overseas. I need it to be viewed by a wider audience so that hopefully some other casting director from another country will look at me and be like, yeah, I want to use Jay in that film too. But you know, there always will be this dilemma within me as an actor. Do I want to remain in Singapore and help the industry here, or do I want to get out of Singapore because I want more for my career? So it's an internal struggle that I fight within myself every single day.
To defend you against your own criticism, I wouldn't say that it's a problem that something travels, that you think something travels because it's great. I mean, most likely it's traveled because it's great, and it's not great because it has traveled. Even if the fact that it travels makes you feel good about it. If you're in something that's been made and it travels, then it's good, it's great. And I think the things, we are committed, as actors, we're committed to our art and we want to grow the industry here, but we also have a commitment to ourselves. You know,
and more importantly, Tushar, as an actor, we want to be watched. And this is very fundamental to the actor's psyche. They are not going to make a movie which nobody's going to watch. Right? So you're making a good point.
We're all people. There is a universality of human experience that everyone will go through. I mean, there'll be some different experiences based on your socioeconomic strata, but you know, largely everyone goes through similar experiences. And when you commit those experiences and those sorts of characters to film or stage or to writing, then people will relate. So I think when it comes to Apprentice, you have a story about a person who's in a difficult position. He does a difficult. He's doing a job and he has to sort of reconcile. No spoilers, but reconcile that job with his own conscience, right? And that is something that people all go through. I mean, you don't have to be someone who does that specific job to watch it and enjoy it. And I think it travels because the focus isn't on what makes this story Singaporean. The focus is on what drives the characters to make the decisions that they make. You know, so for me, there are so many stories we can tell here about Singaporeans going through experiences, and a lot of that will be translatable to anyone from any other culture.
If the challenge is that you want to travel, then we will never make it. We have to tell stories first that appeal to our own people. And when our own people, and we create the market here for stories, then we can aspire to travel. To try and say we want to travel is, I think, you know, and make something. It's too big a leap. It's like football. I mean, we can't say that we can play World Cup football until we bloody play the game here.
For me personally, if someone were to give me a Hollywood movie versus a Singapore movie, I would take the Hollywood movie because I'm not sure how far Singapore's industry can go. I'll be very honest. I'm gonna lose my job. And
When you're doing Tanglin's 67th season, you'll look back on this day and say,
I just want to create good work. If the work, I mean, I would very much play a strong female lead in a local film than be an extra in a Hollywood film. I mean, it comes down to the work for me personally. So I don't see how there should be a difference. It's just work.
You're absolutely right, and that I would echo exactly what Nat said. I think at the end of the day, as an actor, it's about the work. It's about the quality of the work. If a Hollywood studio were to come and put out a movie which had me playing a security guard, and a Singaporean movie also has me playing a security guard, and if you ask me which one would give me more satisfaction, I'd say I don't care.
Which one gives you more money?
Which one gives because the treatment of the subject and the treatment for a good actor who is not looking to take up anything that comes down the pike, it is important to understand what am I doing in this, and how is it going to substantiate my career. Now, doing a role in a Hollywood film because it pays you good money for a short period of time and you're over and done is a good enough reason. I would suggest that. I don't need it personally. I need to do.
He's very rich.
I need to make a choice based on like what was correctly mentioned, fulfillment, and the fulfillment comes out of doing something that you relate to viscerally. that is that key that you feel real about, because we speak, and oftentimes Tushar has also mentioned the word authentic again and again as well. It is about doing something authentic, and you can only do something authentic when you relate directly to it. I'm sure Matthew related directly to the Bogey Street movie, which is why he's so passionate about it, and that's where I think the difference lies, is in not being slave to Hollywood as a brand, but being in charge of your own acting destiny and say, this is who I am, this is what I want to play. And a Singapore story far and away would outstrip anything Hollywood can put out in terms of satisfaction. There is no question about it, because it's about you, it's about your family, it's about your roots, it's about your immigrant story. It is everything that sort of flows through you in every fiber of your body. So I wouldn't even stop and think about this. It's a Singapore story for sure, hands down.
When I was younger, like 20 over years ago, I probably would choose the Hollywood dream. I probably would really pursue that. In fact, when they were shooting Memoirs of a Geisha, I was so upset that, I didn't even get called for a casting. I tried to get in touch with every casting director I know in LA, in UK, and I just could not get an audition, and it upset me so much, because I really wanted to do that, to chase that Hollywood dream. But now that I'm a lot older as an actor, and also I'm actually beginning to realize that dream is beautiful, and maybe it's time to make new dreams. And what I'm more interested in now is to really tell authentic stories about where I come from, about where I live, and to actually, really archive life in this moment and, like a time capsule.
It also comes down to whether we're interested in the immediate fulfillment or long-term sustainable fulfillment, right? I might get a brilliant script in Singapore that might travel very far, it will make me fulfilled. But I'm an actor. I want to keep working. I don't just do this for fame. That's a nice that's a nice sort of like byproduct. Thank you. After effect, a byproduct of it. But me doing that one film, that's not fulfillment that I can live on continuously, right? So maybe I might have to bypass that fulfillment now, and I'll go do something else, maybe in Hollywood, something smaller. But that Hollywood recognition that's given to me when I come back here, suddenly I'm marketable. And that will allow me to have more say in the projects that I do, more say in how the projects I work on can evolve. And that will give me a much longer period of fulfillment. But if I do a Singapore movie that does travel everywhere and is well received and is popular for what I feel are the right reasons, then I will be fulfilled. But I'm not the sort of person who can milk fulfillment till kingdom come on one project alone.
There is nothing wrong with going away for your own career and then coming back and then developing the industry. Because if you just stay here, honestly, there aren't as many resources. And the only way we can learn and develop our industry into something bigger, into something better, into something more experienced like this, is to go there and learn, borrow, and come back and see what fits here.
So why is it always that we need to borrow from them? Why do we always feel like they are better than us, that we need to go and learn from them? There's so much resources here that we can learn from within ourselves.
There is a lot to learn here, but I find that a lot of the work here or people here in charge, they live in their own echo chamber of praise.
The issue here.
And there is no way you can learn if a person thinks, I am always right. What I do goes. This is the way we should always be doing things.
I'm slightly more a data-centric person, and I say, how many people have actually gone out and accomplished exactly what these aspirations of actors here are? How many people have gone and actually done that and come back and said, you know what, I've done it? And have they come back? And one of the things is that when you lose somebody to Hollywood, in like a Chin Han, for instance, and I've acted with Chin Han here, they never come back. So this whole philosophy that, if we go out there, we learn and come back, at least there is no evidence of it happening.
People here tend to fetishize the achievements of Singaporeans when it happens overseas. So, for example, right, if she goes, even if she has to play like a small role in a Hollywood film where she's on screen for 5 seconds, she will, when she comes back, they'll be like, oh my God, Jay has made Singapore proud, give her $1 million.
Give her a coupon
you know,
code,
and,
you
and
can
the thing is, this is what the data.
Percent off on my Instagram, yo.
This is what the data shows. Subin is right. It's exactly what the data shows. Ivan Heng played a weapons dealer in The Fifth Element, right? And we're still talking about it.
Chin Han in Batman.
Chin Han in Batman. Chin Han in Ghost in the Shell, and he was fantastic in Ghost in the Shell. You know, and also and I think the highlight of this was during Pirates of the Caribbean 3. When Chow Yun Fat says, Welcome to Singapore.
The pirate lords from the four corners of the earth. Welcome to Singapore.
That again comes back to policy.
Yeah.
Right. It seems that the policy is that if you have gone away and made a name, even if it's a 5-second appearance in a Hollywood film, suddenly you are a good actor. Like, you know, we didn't know that you're a good actor before until you had that 5 seconds. And that is the problem, because policy shouldn't be about whether you have made it overseas or not, if you don't even invest in your people in the first place. Because like the way it is right now, right, in order for you to get a grant, you need to actually have made 3 short films in that's gone through the international film circuit. Right, I mean, seriously, how many people can actually claim a credit? And if let's say you don't support people who are trying to make those films to get to the international market, they're never going to make it to the international market.
Exactly.
Absolutely. There's so much cynicism now here that we need a couple of wins. We need a couple of wins in order to propel the industry to its next level very quickly. You know, Matthew was saying that it took 35 years, and he looked to me to check it out when SPC to MediaCorp. I think we can't afford. We need to do some leapfrogging, and in order to do that, you need to make investments. You need to get some really strong wins. The moment you get a win, I think that whole inferiority complex that says, oh, there's a tiny win. It has to be a schooling effort.
Yes.
That's what it's got to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be a schooling event. And then you can see, again, to Jay's point, people sort of feeling, yes, this is investment that I can rely on. Yes, I can put money in this. Yes, these guys can deliver. Yes, they can be successful. Yes, they can travel. And I think that's really where we want to go.